we're standing here in a Alpine wonderland, looking back on our trail as Mount Bachelor, a little bit of a glistening creek, catching the sun. And we are ascending this way, up, going up 2,600 feet, 13.5 mile out and back. You can see straight up there that rustic mountain. That's our ultimate destination. So we're in the final third of our hike. That is Broken Top. We get up to the Broken Top Cirque area. My favorite part of the hike is No Name Lake, which is a lake tucked into the nooks and crannies of the Cirque of Broken Top. That is the piece de resistance. That is, to me, in addition to all the just general beauty of the hike, which is epic. This is an incredible alpine forest wonderland, but for me, my single favorite part of this hike is No Name Lake, which I'm looking forward to getting to. But I think, frankly, every step of this hike is amazing. So this Alpine Tundra wonderland and all of its pristine magic is pretty incredible as well. Today is October 12th. Started at sunrise. Did that for hydration management. Haven't seen a single person on the trail. We're in that final couple weeks before the end of the season. And then this area won't be accessible for another 9 or 10 months, my friends. It'll be snowmageddon. So the reason this area is such a pristine, look at that. It's amazing. The reason this area is such a pristine Alpine Tundra, Alpine wonderland, is because 9 out of 10 months is completely covered in snow. Pretty well graded overall. A few rough sections, but all in all, it's a slow burn, which is nice. But as we enjoy beautiful Broken Top, you do start to feel it near the end. Like you see straight ahead, the top of this section, that is pretty much the top. We'll have a flat section, we'll have a final scramble to No Name Lake. So we've done the lion's share of the 2,600 feet elevation gain in the last couple hundred feet, or whatever this is. So we're in the 90 some odd percentile done. There's a couple hundred feet on the way back and the natural machinations of the trail, but that you just take in stride. When it's so downhill, you don't even feel a couple minor inclines. So we are almost done with the harder part of this hike, the ascension. Look at that. Our mighty friend, Mount Bachelor. Other friend, Ball Butte. Ball Butte, 7,900. And of course, there's Bachelor. One of the two best skiing mountains in all of Oregon, along with Mount Hood. So we are definitely in a wilderness adventure wonderland. I don't know if you can see the top of this little section, there's a little white cream sign. That is the start of the No Name Lake region. So we've pretty much made it to the top. It'll be flat once we get up there. There's a lot of camping up there, backcountry camping, but you have to be a certain distance from the lake. We'll get through that area, and there's one final little rock scramble up to No Name Lake. No camping within a quarter mile of No Name Lake. We have made it to the top of the No Name Lake designated camping area. Looking back about Bachelor, where we came from. There's Broken Top as we continue to hike along. We're hiking up to No Name Lake. Definitely my favorite alpine lake in all of Oregon. It's a Cirque Lake in the nooks and crannies of Broken Top. It's what I call a earn it hike. You only get to see No Name Lake when you literally are at the very top in the Broken Top Cirque. No views of it ahead of time because it's tucked into the Cirque. So if you want to see it, you got to earn it. There's really there's multiple ways, because it's part of Broken Top Loop, which is, in my opinion, one of the two most epic backpacking loops in all of Oregon. Broken Top Loop and Timberline Loop. But putting that aside, if you just want to do it as a day hike, kind of two approaches. One is go into probably the most popular one, the shorter version, where you just go to Broken Top Trailhead and climb a shorter distance. I don't ever do that one. The longer, more complicated version, because that's how I roll, is starting at Todd Lake. That makes it 13.5 miles and 2,600 foot elevation gain round trip. That is what I'm doing right now, and I'm pretty much done with the elevation. Been hiking for hours up, and that part is pretty much done, other than a light scramble up to the top here around the corner. Pretty much done with the elevation gain, so at least on the way back it's pretty much going to be downhill. Today is October 12th, and it's probably the last couple of weeks before the end of the season. We're right at the end of the Alpine Window. Kind of crazy to think about. This area is only accessible a couple months a year. The other 9 or 10 months, it's just a snowmageddon up here, inaccessible. So I'm taking advantage of the access we have right now before the snow starts in a couple weeks. Started at sunrise, no mosquitoes. Started about 7 o'clock. Sunrise was 6:47. I started, it was in the high 30s temperature-wise. It's going to get up to the low 70s. I can definitely feel it getting warmer as I hike. It's a bluebird day, which is quite nice. And we are in the final throes of this area. We'll be getting up to No Name Lake. As I said, it's my favorite alpine lake in Oregon, and strongly advise you to hike past it up to the Bend Glacier viewpoint. Got to be careful up there, and then try and hike back down. That way you get a money shot of re-entering the basin, looking down at No Name Lake. That, my friend, is a slice of heaven. Highly recommend doing this in October. Today's October 12th, and it's a Wednesday, and I'm pretty much the only one here, so not bad. Get a world-class hike on a weekday to yourself during shoulder season at the end of the year, the end of the hiking year. Lots of squirrels in this area. I see them scattering as I meander through these rocks. I like to think they're scattering in excitement of my presence, not out of fear, but definitely impacting them as I meander through the trail. Trail's a little confusing, but you can figure it out. Not rock it science. Get it? I'll be here all day. Yeah, we're coming up to the final scramble, and then to our close dear friend, No Name Lake, the greatest of our friends. And we are getting close. You know you're in a volcanic area when you get these red colored rocks. It's always emblematic of a volcanic zone. See, there's our light scramble straight ahead. Look at that rustic view of Broken Top teasing us behind the scramble, saying, you know you want to scramble this, come up here. Well, we've made it, my friends. As I continue to hike along, we've made it to my favorite hike, my favorite alpine lake in all of Central Oregon. Look at this. Let me pan up and show off the beautiful colors of Broken Top. Look at that. Those striations, the orange, the rust, still a little bit of glacial snow, and of course our beautiful friend, No Name Lake. Absolutely my favorite alpine lake in all of Oregon. You've got to earn your way to see it, tucked way up here in the nooks, crannies, crevices of mighty Broken Top. You can go both directions. I'm going to step on this side for a second. I'll tell you, the main trail is over here. Continue along and around the corner to your right. Ultimately, it ends up going high above this area, and you can come down and look on it. But I wanted to come over here to get a vantage point from the side. Oh my gosh, look at the beauty of incredible No Name Lake and Broken Top.